I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin, and in this video we're going to have another look at Monkeyball. Nothing in this video is financial advice, it is for entertainment purposes only. Where are we now? What happened from the last price prediction? Are we bullish or where's the price going? That's basically the main question of this video. Is there a short-term opportunity? Is there a long-term opportunity? Let's have a look. Sitting at currently $1.26, market cap unconfirmed of $31.4 million, according to CoinMarketCap, fully diluted 1.2 billion, a volume of 1.3 million, quite on the low end. They have done some major updates since we last looked at Monkeyball, which we'll review. Obviously, I don't like this project, but it was requested by so many people on Twitter when I asked which projects to review that we have picked it up once more. I'm not a fan of this team, so I might be quite negative and biased in this video. However, I'll try to do my best to do a fully transparent price prediction based on the facts that we have available. So the minting has happened of the actual NFTs. There were some major problems again, because I did follow the mint live. I tried to buy an NFT to flip it. However, that wasn't possible. They updated the website with 2 advisors and the full team. However, no last names, no LinkedIn, super shady. And I will say it once and then I will not say it again. This team fucking sucks. All right, now that's done. Let's head over to the price, right? So basically, I followed this project since the launch and it has done extremely well. So whatever I think about the team, whatever you think about the team, it doesn't matter. A lot of investors have made a lot of money participating in this private sale or IDO. With the IDO and Star Launch, maybe a little bit less because of the Star Launch problems, but we can't ignore the fact that it has done extremely well, 3,000%, so 31x of ROI on the IDO, with an all-time high of 100x, which is obviously amazing results, right? I did mention at that point that this was not going to last, in my opinion, because I thought it was overvalued. And with the downward linear trend that we're seeing right now, that was correct, apparently. Other people agreed with me because the market has gone down. Obviously, the Bitcoin trend as well is in a downward pattern, but we have seen other micro-cap gaming coins in an upward trend ever since. However, the most important thing right now, I think, is to look at this spike, right? So where it shot up again and now it's relatively stable. I think this movement had something to do with Alex Becker managing Monkeyball in his video. I'm not too sure, but the vesting was released on the 5th and it had very little impact. So I think whatever this small price decrease was, which we're still talking about, 10% in one day, could also mean that a lot of the IDO people are holding onto their tokens because they got 50% released at TGE and 50% next month, which is basically this initial drop. The IDO people are now out of play, which was only 400k. The private investors who made the biggest gain, they are still there with quite a significant amount raised. That will happen over the next 18 months, so I don't see a huge major price impact going to happen on this chart moving forward for Monkeyball specifically. I don't think the private guys are be something to take into consideration highly when it's about the long-term movement of this chart. Right, so yes, the investment opportunity was huge according to this data. They have done extremely well. Now the question is, what is the future? Would this be a good entry point? Where can they take the price? Well, basically, when we look at their roadmap, we need to look at what's coming up. So they have the Gen 0 monkeys. They're more than just unique collectibles. They're in-game assets. They're players, so you can use them to earn the MBS token, right? They have 32 different trades. We'll look at the actual NFTs in a second and all the information that goes along with that. We have a roadmap right here. So we're currently in January. So the Monkey NFT drop has happened. The Pioneers Gear Up campaign, in-game store launch, breeding season, player versus environment game mode coming up next quarter. So there's still about a 5-month maximum trajectory until you can utilize the NFTs and start earning something, right? The breeding will obviously have a burn mechanic, I hope. Moving forward, the treasury, the player versus player. So I think this is where the mass adoption will come. and the Stadium NFT drop might be something to consider as well. But I think the Q2 and Q3 milestones here on the left hand side, player versus environment, player versus enemy, basically against the NPCs. Q2 doesn't specify when in Q2, so obviously that we're still looking at a 3 to 6 month period from now, 3 to 5 months. And this, I think, is the big one for mass adoption, because this type of game, if you are familiar with Monkeyball, you would want to play against your friends, right? That would make the most sense in my opinion. When we look at the incubators, there's not much information on them apart from this little description. There's no LinkedIn links, nothing like that. And I think, yeah, as I mentioned before, we could have a lot more benefit here to regain the trust. Why do I think it's important to regain trust? 2 specific points. The launch was postponed, the launch didn't go smooth with Star Launch, and it still did extremely well. Everybody was hyped, which is very important in the actual crypto market, specifically because there's no game, there were no NFTs, there was no staking, there was literally nothing. And a lot of these games take this same concept, right? So when we actually look at the chart of the launch, right, this period, this upward linear trend, right here, yeah, there was a big opportunity, and yes, I did have my opinion ready, because even if I got a lot of hate comments, I got a lot of dislikes on that video when I said this is not going to last because I don't see the value. And I've been wrong many times before, and that's okay, right? Because my opinion is just my opinion. Do I really know what I'm talking about? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, right? So in this case, we saw a huge drop, and I had a little grin. I did tweet about it. Obviously, that I was like, yeah, there are so many issues, and this was, I think, another issue which, like, you're losing investor confidence, and we've seen this with Solchix before. Well, now we're seeing with Monkeyball. Over time, when the investors lose confidence, they're going to dump your token, right? Because they just don't feel like you can pull it off anymore. So the IDO was a disaster. The team apologized numerous times. I have the Discord here. But there were more difficulties. So basically, they did the first mint of the NFT on Magic Eden, right, which was 6th of January. In less than 6 hours, 5,000 NFTs, who's ready? So they got the marketing and hype crew quite going on, right? That's not really the problem, so to say, right? So this was 6th of December, 6th of January, my bad. So we're already quite into 2022. So that was right here, right, the 6th. What occurred next was a huge drop. Why? Because the website went offline, basically. People, you can see the emoticons, people, there's a lot of shit emoticons, right, wondering what's going on. The updates are complete, blah, blah, blah. Then they said to prevent scammers, right? I think they made some announcements which were here before, which are now gone, about the actual launch, where they said like, oh, we implemented some systems to keep away bots. All right, here's the announcement. So a lot of shit, a lot of clowns, people were just not happy. There's no perfect way to do these drops. Basically, the entire Magic Eden drop got botted. I was there, I was super fast, literally within seconds. I had everything ready, the Solana, the tabs. I approved my transaction in like half a second, right? Because I've done these drops many times before. It was just botted the fuck out, right? They were just way too fast, inhumanly possible. And I'm not salty that I missed out. I was like, okay, whatever, let's just move on. I was just there for the quick flip anyway. I didn't want to hold the NFT. But they did sell them, I think, for 1 Solana or something, and then, or 2 Solana. And they sold like literally a minute later for like 12, 15 Solana. So anybody who bought this, good job. But obviously the community wasn't happy with this. You see a lot of shits, you see a lot of clowns, right? Because the people just know, like, then they made up some like, come on, like, oh, we know it's never perfect, we try to do this. This is not helping, right? This is not helping. People laughing, people giving dislikes, shits again, clowns again. That's not really working, right? What we should all keep in mind, blah, blah, blah. They try to justify their behavior, which is not helping, right? You should just say like, hey, how can we compensate you guys, or how can we move forward, or just ignore it, right? That might be even the best thing. Pretend that nothing has happened is better than blah, blah, blah. All right, so they tried to bring the hype back, which makes sense, right? They sold out. They're going to do another drop. there were some problems with the next minting, which were like I think another 5,000 widespread bot attacks. Again, they say like, oh, we are failing on our NFT drop and blaming like external conditions. You had so much time to prepare. Obviously, again, people are not happy, right? 3,000 clowns, 1,000 shits, right? People are mad, which is not helping with the confidence, right? Then what happened was the NFTs had to be distributed through an airdrop, which literally took days. Sorry for the delay, Solana is congested. Thank you for your patience. And then it took, I think, 2 or 3 days to get everybody. And they said like, oh, we'll do like like a little giveaway as a compensation. And what happened, you can literally read it from the chart. People don't like this. People lose confidence here, right? And I think, I'm not too sure that, well, we can check it actually. Check Alex Becker's channel. So this was 7 days ago, where he mentioned, I believe, Monkeyball here, which was then in that case on the actual, well, 7 days ago, it was on the 9th. So this pump is all Alex Becker's video mentioning Monkeyball, right? That's what I'm quickly, 1 + 1 is 2 right now. But that basically saved the downward spiral. Otherwise, it's moving below $1. So now I want you to understand, or at least that's just my opinion, right? When I said there's been so much going on with the team and the actual star launch problems, I was just surprised there was so much hype. And I was like, this can't last, you know? Something is really wrong. And then teams, I've seen this so many times before. I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, right? I'm just trying to be fully transparent. I've seen it with Soul Chicks. I've seen it with many different IDO launches of smaller teams where the team is unstable. And I say it on this channel all the time. I don't invest into projects because they're not there yet. I invest into teams, right? The game, it will take 6 months, 9 months, 12 months to be developed. They just do NFT drops for cash grabs. It makes sense. I understand it. I understand the business model. But this clearly shows the investors losing trust. And then this little pump is maybe Becker shilling the project a little bit. And then it just like goes into like a consolidation period or like stabilization, whatever the fuck it's called. But I don't think there is much opportunity for this unless the team improves. Like, don't get me wrong, the team can always improve. Right? There's always room for improvement. You can turn any shit project around. If we look at one interesting project that I've seen, which was like on OpenSea, when you go to the rankings for the last 7 days, what was it called? It's like the Pudgy Penguin thing, I think. So basically the Pudgy Penguin guys were going to sell off the company or whatever. It was like a huge drama. And the price basically plummeted. Everybody was trying to get rid of their penguins. Let me just try and type it. Pudgy, like this. Yeah. And you can even see it on the activity right here. Look, this is where the panic happened, right? They were selling for 1 Ethereum, then 1.1, 2 Ethereum, 2.5, or basically the sell-off maybe happened here. There were some issues there, and then there was like a vote of confidence of some big NFT guys saying like, we'll buy this company, we'll turn the project around, and the hype returned, right? So read this chart, read the data that goes along with it, and all of a sudden the project became trending again. But people were literally dumping their, maybe, look, there's like 24 sales, 10 sales. Yeah, it must have happened here because 900 sales in one day. People were dropping it for like 0.1 Ethereum, right? Because the team got exposed, right? The team had no confidence, no trust. People said like, oh, we'll buy this project. The confidence came back, and now it's like selling for, let's say, a bid floor. Look, even a 3.5 Ethereum here, 3 Ethereum. The floor price is 1.3 Ethereum again. So the confidence can always come back, right? That is very much important. But if you have an advisor, which is some type of big guy,
hey Monkey Fam.
He said, hey Monkey Fam, it's Russ. I hope you're ready for awesome gameplay. My fuel is espresso. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know who the fuck you are. This makes no sense, right? Maybe he's super famous or whatever, but I don't know him. And my fuel is espresso. Okay, what does that even mean? What are you trying to say? Don't post this shit for everybody, right? Just post this in like whatever off-topic chat you have, but don't post it in announcements. You can also see the replies are not really that significant. Well, like whitelist winners, new partnerships, that is what people want to know about, right? And not some kind of strange WhatsApp video message that of like 4 seconds, 10 seconds. So yeah, the real question is, so they're doing like another, it just closed actually, like a whitelister of the whitelist sale for more monkeys. Let's have a look at those monkeys, right? On Magic Eden. We can see Monkeyball Gen 0, that's it. So average sales price 9 Solana, so it's still doing really well. On the floor price 7.2, but it's still doing really well. Like every hour they get sold, right? So things are moving in the right direction. Even the last 3 tabs are all for today, and that's still going really well. So I mean, nothing to worry about the NFTs. I think the NFTs have more potential currently than maybe even the actual token, right? The highest one being listed, they're just for ridiculous amounts. But maybe there's some like legendaries or stuff. Can we filter on that? So they have crazy amount of different things. I don't know what all this means, but you should just have rarity and just select like legendary or whatever. But yeah, they have some like super rare ones which are quite expensive, and some people just list them for a ridiculous amount. This one looks quite rare with like the crown on his head. They have hella stats, so I assume utilized in the game this will be useful or whatever. And the NFTs looks good, not gonna lie. Overall, what is the actual prediction for Monkeyball? Will I make an entry? No, because I don't trust this team whatsoever. Could it do miraculous things and end up in the top 100 coins? Sure, right? I'm not going to say that I'm going to predict the future or anything. It's just a price prediction according to my opinion, relative to what I know about the project. I'm not super on top of it because I'm not an investor in Monkeyball, but I do believe with a 1.2 fully diluted market cap currently, it's still overpriced. So I wouldn't mind this going under $1, where I think the value is supposed to be. In the current market conditions, with the current no game, just NFTs, 3 to 6 months before the game can actually be played, I'm probably looking at 15 to 20 million market cap, which I think is still a high amount, but they do have some hype from that IDO still. So the team, in my opinion, really needs to be able to maintain that in order to get a long-term trajectory ready. When I look at the actual gameplay, what they want to do, I think that this can have extreme mass adoption, right? Especially things like Soccer Slam that we've seen in the past, anything football related, what you can play against your friends, FIFA, and this is with monkeys, and it's a play to earn. It's an extremely good idea, right? So in the second or third quarter, I will most likely revisit this project, see what the team has done, but up until that point, I would value it under $1. I think that is where it's supposed to be. But in crypto, we obviously have the hype wave, and maybe it will never go below that point, right? Because it did almost touch that point right here at $1.01 on the all-time low, but never under $1. So I hope for the Monkeyball team that their project goes really well. They can keep the volume up because they are already listed on FTX and Gate, which are two exchanges with some significant volume. And the next move for them would probably be, as a Solana game, KuCoin would probably be a good move. But until the game is ready, or at least the second quarter, I see no reason why you would need that. If you have Gate for the open market and an FTX US probably for the US people, you basically cover most bases, right? So I don't see any listings that would significantly impact the price. Right now it's just on the game and on the team to deliver quality after a numerous amount of disappointments. We will revisit Monkeyball in the near future. For right now, the price prediction is below $1 is where I see the value of this project would be, at about 15 to 20, 25 million maximum. Let me know what you think about Monkeyball. If you agree with me, that's great. If you disagree with me, that is also 100% fine. We have been wrong in the past, so it's all good. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you definitely in the next one.